Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Atlavox Beacon, probably the most robust and epic Meshtastic node I have in the studio. Today we're going to be installing it on top of a radio tower. Now, this tower is also on a hill. So between the hill and the tower, when it's fully cranked up, this Meshtastic node is well over 600 feet above sea level. Now, this is very important because height is might when it comes to LoRa communication. And another thing to consider when it comes to LoRa communication is line of sight. If there's obstruction, you're most likely going to lose that signal. So trees, houses, buildings can obstruct that signal. So the higher you have a node, the better. Now, another thing to consider is that you need a rugged node to survive out in the elements 24/7. So this thing is built to handle real outdoor weather. Another huge benefit is that it can power itself. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery paired with a 5-watt solar panel. So this thing, all you have to do is prop it up somewhere high and set it and forget it. Now, the other cool thing about this node is that it's so flexible. I keep saying that this is a flexible but yet rugged device here. The mounting features, the way you can bend it and pretty much set it any way you want is just incredible. Also, the pre-drilled holes make it really easy to mount. Now, I'm not going to dive too deep into the specs on this one because I already did that in my first Atlavox Beacon video. I'll leave a link for that one in the description if you want to learn more about it. And as you see here, it is just clean. It's professionally done. It is organized. It's just well put together. Now, you could build your own, but if you want to skip all that hassle and you just want something ready to go that's rugged and you can feel comfortable and feel confident that it's going to be safe wherever you put it, this is it. Another thing to mention here is that this Meshtastic node is set as a router. So when you have a router, you need to make sure that it's high up in a high elevation, because if you don't, it's going to cause a lot of traffic and issues. But since this one's so high up and it's actually meant to be a router, I configured it to do so. And I also configured it to do more hops. So I think traditionally it only comes with 3 hops when you first set up Meshtastic. This one, I allowed it to do more. Now, again, you don't want to have it too high because it can cause congestion issues. Since this thing is a dedicated router and it's up high, I'm confident that this is going to help the Meshtastic network rather than harm it. Now, in the background, you're going to see the process of me putting this node on the tower. So we had to crank down the tower, and once the tower was cranked down, we had to disassemble elements so we can get it lower to be able to work on it and install the beacon. Now, it was raining that day, the first day we set it up, and it was a high wind advisory, especially that this tower is on top of a giant hill, so it gets a lot more wind than a normal area would, and it just wouldn't be safe to have the tower fully cranked. So we ended up coming back the next day and filming the air shots with a drone. Now, the beacon has, again, all those nice holes already pre-drilled, so it was really easy to find some hardware to mount it. So right now you're looking at day one. This is the actual setup, and you can see that the pre-drilled holes work perfectly for mounting this onto the pole, and I ended up just tightening everything up. I just wanted to show the process and that it's raining, everything's wet, and didn't affect the device at all, didn't harm the device. The light rain did nothing to it. So just want to point out that the installation was also in the rain and worked fine. Now, when you're setting up your node, you don't have to do it exactly the way I did it. You might know a better way to do it than I did it. But the whole point is that this thing is so flexible. There's so many holes in it. The mounting bracket moves and bends. You can pretty much set it any way you want and you're fine. Now, I have it slightly angled. This way it can get more sunlight. If you had it just vertical, it would get less sunlight. And those long bolts I put in actually help with that. So if there's ever a lot of wind, I mean, it's pretty tight the way I put it, but it's just also going to help having that extra hardware there. And that's pretty much it when it comes to this node. Like, all you got to do is mount it. It's going to take care of itself. Since you have the solar panel on there and the battery, and this node is just designed to take care of itself, you don't have to worry about it. And I can tell you from testing, this is like day 4 of having the node tower, GhostStrats Tower 1, I'm calling it. It's working fine. I haven't lost connection to it yet, and it runs all night, and during the day it charges, and it's been raining. Like, the weather in New England has been pretty bad lately, and I'm still getting continuous use. It runs all day, it runs all night, and I haven't had an interruption yet. All right, so now you're gonna see me raise the tower in the background, and again, day 1 we only had the tower halfway cranked because of the wind advisory. But even with that, I was able to reach somebody almost 9 miles away, which is incredible because it was rooftop to tower from what the guy was explaining, and it was only 2 hops away. And what this node is doing, since it's so high up, it's helping bridge other connections. So basically, the high elevation nodes were connecting right away, and it's helping bridge. Now, the problem is when you have a regular node, so like let's say a Heltec V3, like one of the ones in your pocket, or like an N39, N37, those Meshtastic nodes, if they're obstructed, like I noticed, I would go down the street like a mile away and I wouldn't be able to ping the tower because the trees were in the way. So I'm assuming if I got up higher, like the other nodes that are on rooftops that were able to communicate with the tower, it would work. So just something to consider. Just because you have a tower up and you have your nodes lower, it's not going to work. What you kind of need is two high elevation nodes. So the ideal setup is to have two tower nodes, high elevation, no obstruction, that could reach pretty far away, and then connect your smaller node to one of the towers and have it bridge to the next tower. That's like the best way for this to work. And for the people that I've made contact with, that's kind of the setup they had. Their mobile nodes would connect to a high elevation node and then reach the tower and then so on. So this was successful. And I'm looking forward to testing this more as the weather gets nicer and more nodes start to pop up on the map. I'm excited to see what the limits actually are. But from my testing, from what I can tell you, and it's tough because there's not a lot of people in the area, in my area, that do this, but the few people that did connect, they notice a significant difference in the traffic because of this tower. So GhostStrats Tower 1 is live and it's working. And this is not going to be the only one. I'm working on GhostStrats Tower 2. As vendors donate these Meshtastic solar independent nodes, I'm going to be putting them up in places to help bridge the gaps in connections. I've already donated a couple of my devices to help extend the network. And as I progress with that project, I'll keep you guys posted. It's a little earlier now to talk about it, but as the network grows and as I do more of these projects, I will share them with you. My goal is to help connect as many people as possible and help donate the stuff that I get to make this a better network. Now, off-grid communications isn't just about privacy, it's about redundancy. Being able to communicate with your loved ones and communicate with people when everything else fails. Things can change very fast. At the end of the day, you're on your own. When things crash and things fall apart, you're going to have to rely on your own skills and your own tools to help survive. And communication is very important. And as I promote on this channel, it's all about compliance, but not reliance. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know how you like these project videos in the comments. I want to do more project videos like this and things that I'm working on. And do you have any Meshtastic nodes, or what are you using for your LoRa communications? I would love to know in the comments. Also, if you want the Atlavox Beacon, and I highly recommend this thing, I will leave my affiliate link in the description. Any purchases actually help my channel, so I appreciate it. And if you want to become a channel member, that also helps the channel direct. Thank you very much for watching, and do me a favor and remember that safety is an illusion.